What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. Hope you enjoyed that last video on that Deckorators inlay. Now we're on to the Techo Bloc Paver Patio. We've got a really cool design going in with some Everest, some Squadra. We've got a sitting wall, a fire pit, all kinds of stuff going on. So make sure you hit subscribe. Stay tuned. Hey buddy, what do you think about the big day today? It's hot.
Yeah, reminds me of a time when I was out of water.
We're starting up the patio right here, and we're using the Everest 10x20s here in shale gray. Look at them just glisten in the sun. Got that metallic aggregate. Ooh, it's looking beautiful. We've got these running here, and then as we transition into this main sitting area, fire pit's gonna be in the middle, sitting wall and Rocka all the way around. This is gonna transition to a diagonal pattern with our 20x20 squares. Pat's setting these up right here as a little cut station, and Josh is gonna start cutting them. All of these need to be cut on a diagonal. Need 28 of those diagonal pieces. I've got everything figured out beforehand, so I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing, but it's gonna be pretty good. It's also super hot, so we'll see how much we get done today. We've got most of these 10x20 Everest down, and now we're working into this section. Truck really messing up my flow. Now, we're starting to transition into the fire pit area, and we've got a double row of Squadra here, and this is where we're gonna transition into that diamond pattern. So we've got everything cut for that. We can start going this way, and pretty soon you'll start seeing that pattern come together, but it's gonna be a diamond 20x20 Everest, and then it's gonna be bordered with Squadra in Onyx black. It's gonna be really sweet. So you ready to get going, Pat? You excited? It's a little hot, but we're gonna get this down. We're staying cool with this cool design. Losing it. Check back. Oh, hey. How's it going there, Pat? Well, we've got a good amount of this pattern in. You can see this diagonal pattern that we got going on. What we're doing, we're going off of a square corner right here, working out from there, and we're up to our fire pit. So again, we're going back to halves here, and this is gonna create the outline of our fire pit, which we'll build afterwards. This way it's super easy. We've got them all pre-cut. A little hot for a fire today though. So we're gonna keep going on this, and hopefully by the end of the day we have most of this pattern down. Tomorrow we can work on the sitting wall and our fire pit. One thing you wanna make sure of with a pattern like this, because our Everest pavers aren't going upright against each other and we have this Squadra in between, which can be a little bit irregular, you just wanna make sure that you're going in a nice straight line. Start off of a square corner, and then just keep checking it with a straight edge, be a level, whatever. And make sure that everything's lining up, because it's pretty easy to get off when you're doing an inlay like this with Squadra or any paver really. So just keep checking it, make sure that you're going nice and straight, and you'll be looking good. Next step, since we got all the pavers down here, well, most of the pavers, we got to cut in a couple more over at the border, and then leading to those basement steps. But we're starting to work on the fire pit and the sitting wall now. And we have the Rocka going in, so we're trying to install this with 0 cuts. We might need a few cuts towards the end, but the really cool thing about this, we're gonna have this Squadra accent band that cuts through the Rocka, and we're gonna do one more row of Rocka, then this accent band of Squadra, and then our top layer of Rocka. So it's gonna end up being about 20 inches high, and it's gonna look really sweet. I think this is really gonna pick up the pattern that we have in the pavers, and shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully not too many cuts, and I got a pretty cool idea how we're gonna get these in here so they're nice and stable, and so they won't move. starting our accent banding here. And you can see when we set this fire pit, we like to dry fit the whole thing. So we dry fit this second layer, waited till that was looking really nice. Then we pick up each one, set some glue under it. And now, this is the really cool part. We're setting this Squadra, and all I'm doing, I'm just setting a bead of glue down here, and then we're gonna set our Squadra. We're gonna do 2 rows of it so the next layer of Rocka can sit on there really nice and flat. And then we're gonna fill the middle with some mortar to just solidify it. But this is just gonna keep it in place. So I'm just gonna do a little beady bead. Just like that. Now we'll take our Squadra. Just real simple. We're gonna stack it on here. And that glue is just to give it a little bit of some holding power, because we're also gonna fill in the inside. We're gonna stack a row like this, and then fill this whole inside with mortar, so it's gonna be locked in for justice, and it ain't going anywhere. So, combination of glue and mortar, and this is gonna be a really unique little feature here. I'm pretty stoked. Pat, you stoked? Okay. All right, so what I'm doing now is filling in this void with some Type S mortar. One thing you're gonna wanna do is just mist down these Squadra blocks, get them a little bit damp. That's gonna help the mortar adhere to it a little bit better. And this is basically just gonna connect these 2 lines of Squadra, give it some extra support, give us a nice flat surface to put our last row of Rocka on here. And it's gonna prevent any, you know, independent ones from popping out down the line, because they're kinda all gonna be connected. So, just takes a couple minutes. It's gonna make it last a lot longer. What do you think, Pat? Okay. Hey, buddy. So we're gluing down our top course, and we've got glue on the Squadra. So Squadra is glued down to the Rocka below. It's also bonded together with the mortar, and then it's going to be glued to the Rocka above it. So that way it's going to lock in every little piece, and you know, we're not going to have them popping out and getting loose over time. So show them what it looks like. Looks pretty sweet, right? Oh yeah, baby.
That end can
Fire pit is all wrapped up, and now we're starting on the sitting wall. We recently got these grabbers from Pave Tool.
game changer.
Game changer, really helpful for these big blocks like this. You can get 2 people on it, really nice and easy to drop in there. This Squadra detail in the fire pit was a last minute add-on, kind of an idea I came up with, and it turned out so cool here that I gotta do it on the sitting wall. I just have to. I can't help myself, so the sitting wall is gonna take a little bit longer than expected, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it.
Very worth it.
Stop. Stash is looking good.
Daddy, mucho level.
Yeah.
Nice and level. So we've got all of our Squadra glued in here. Now, mixing up some mortar, fill up this channel, let that kind of dry a little bit, and then we'll glue this last row of Rocka on there. It's hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got the whole patio done now. Sitting wall is done, fire pit is done. Check out that pattern, how it ties into this. We're also gonna have a similar pattern up above the fireplace. I am really digging this. We gotta wash it all down still, but we're gonna be raising this up so that the fire pit level is right about here, so we can get some better fires going there. But they want it a little bit higher because they have small kids, so safety first. Look how nice that looks. So that's it for this vlog. Hope you enjoyed this Techo Bloc patio install. Check back because next we're getting to some of the finishing touches on this screen porch, landscaping, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you hit subscribe. But until next time, this is Premier Outdoor Living.